Okay, so the next test. Test 4.4B. Okay, this will be continuing with the same exercise 4.4. Covering question B, 2 and 3 textbook. You will find this on page, I think, 96. Write down the portion along with me, page 96. Okay, 96. Go to page 96, question number 2. I've kept this condition for us to see and refer to. You can see and refer to. Okay. Let me read. Find the value of k for each of the following quadratic equations so that they have two equal roots. I repeat, they have two equal roots. Okay. So given equation, let us write down the first one. 2 subheading 1. There are two questions there. 2x squared plus kx plus 3 equals 0. So we have to find value of k for the condition having two equal roots. So here, like we've been doing, coefficient of x squared we find out 2, then plus 2, then coefficient of x squared is a, then coefficient of x is b, which is k plus k, c is equal to plus 3. Then they're saying they have, look into your question, since, so that they have two equal roots, since it has two equal roots. I took this from the question. Look into your question. It's like that. Since so that they have two equal roots. So I replaced they by it because only one we're using. They're speaking for the two questions, but we're using one question separately now. First, dealing with the first question. So since it has two equal roots, which one has two equal roots? There are only three conditions. Find out. Two roots, not real, not this one. Two real roots, but distinct, not equal. Equal roots is the first ones. If b squared minus, if d equal to b squared minus 4ac equal to 0, it has two real and equal roots. So this is the one. Equal roots is matching this, whose condition is this. So you write your sin has two equal roots. Therefore, we know d value equal to or b squared minus 4ac. You can write directly d or b squared minus 4ac is same, so you just write your b squared minus 4ac will be equal to 0 when the roots are equal. So clearly, so we wrote that. Then that implies b here, k squared minus 4 into a is 2, c is here 3 equal to 0. So here we are going to write k squared means k squared minus 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24 is equal to 0. So k squared here. Then keep this k squared on the left side, continue. Shift this minus 24 to right side, plus 24. So k is going to be equal to, if you remove this square, then plus minus will come root over 24. So let's do this. 24 prime factorized, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 6s are 12, 2 3s are 6, using only prime numbers. So 24 can be written as plus minus root over 2 into 2 into 2 3 times, and then into 3, then we're going to get 24. Why we're doing this is so we can remove this double, similar number 2 and 2, single will come out of root, and no pair for these two, so 2 3s are 6 can't be removed. So we have two values for k, plus 2 root 6, comma, minus 2 root 6. So the k value can be either plus 2 root 6 or minus 2 root 6 for this equation to have equal roots. Okay, so k value is that one. The next one, number 2. Let's do the second one. So second one is, we have here kx into x minus 2 plus 6 equals 0. So this, we have to simplify a little bit, rearrange. Why? Because it's not in this quadratic equation form. I can't see the x squared, so we need to get that, because unless there is x squared, it's not a quadratic equation. So here k, x into x is kx square, multiply plus into minus, minus kx into 2 is 2kx, 2kx multiply. So this will multiply this, and this kx will multiply minus 2, and bracket will remove. Then you write here plus 6. We should not multiply with 6 because the bracket ends here. Equal to 6, equal to 0. So now we have in the form of quadratic equation. See, first term x square, second term x, the third term having no x square or x. That way we can now know this is a quadratic equation, and so a equal to coefficient of x square, which is k, b equal to coefficient of x, which is minus 2k. Whatever is left in front of x is the coefficient, minus 2k, and c is plus 6. So therefore, okay, since question has already told us that since it has used the same language as text, two equal roots, the one that match this is only this one, equal roots. So the condition will be this. Therefore, same condition, b square minus 4ac will be 0. Just like we did the first one. From here on, we solve carefully. b is here, minus 2k. So put the whole thing in the bracket, square. Minus 4 into a is k, into c is 6, equal to 0. So here, minus square is plus, then 2 square is 4, k square, so 4k square. Minus 2k whole thing square is 4k square. Minus 2k into minus 2k, so minus the minus, plus 2 2s are 4, k into k square, plus 4k square. Minus the plus minus, minus the plus minus, so minus 4 6 are 24k. So we can see that 4 is common factor for both 4k rather, 4k, okay, into, then 4k into k is 4k square. Minus 4 6 are 24, and 4 6 are 24, and k is already out, so 4k into 6 is 24k. So that way it's factorized. So we can write now either, so we can write here either the first factor 4k equal to 0. So either this factor will be equal to 0, the second factor will be equal to 0. That way you're going to get k equal to 0 divided by this 4 into will come down, which is equal to 0, k equal to 0. Then, or next factor k minus 6 equal to 0. Okay, so that gives you k equal to minus 6, go right side, then plus 6. But we know that since for this particular quadratic equation, k cannot be equal to 0. I'll explain it. Look here. If your k is 0, then it will become 0 into x square, and then 0 into x square is 0, and the power x square will disappear. Any equation having no power x square, or the degree of the polynomial is not 2, highest degree is not 2, is not a quadratic equation. So for quadratic equation, the coefficient of x square cannot, which is k in this case. If it's 0, then x square will disappear, and the moment x square disappears, it stops to be a quadratic equation. That's why we say k cannot be equal to 0 for this equation especially. So because of this, we reject means we don't accept. We reject k equal to 0. We reject k equal to 0. This one we can't take, and then we get or accept k is equal to plus 6. Therefore, your required value for k is equal to plus 6 only. I hope you're getting right. And one more question before we end this test part. Let's do slowly, and then we'll conclude that. Okay, so here, let me read the question for us. Question number 3. This question, 2 and 3, 2 finish. Okay, let me read. Is it possible to design a rectangular mango grove whose length is twice its breadth and the area is 800 meters square? If it's possible, that means if so, find its length and breadth. So let us say here, in a mango groove, rectangular shape means mango garden, you can just put in simple language. Breadth is the shorter, let us put as x meter. Okay, so here, let x meter be its breadth, the mango groove. Therefore, its length, looking to your question, will be equal to, it's given in the question. Is it possible to design a rectangular mango groove whose length is twice its breadth? Whose length is twice means 2 into its breadth, which is x meter. 2 times the breadth, which is 2x meter. Therefore, we know the area will be, area of any rectangle shape is length into breadth. So this will be, length is 2x meter into breadth is x meter. So 2 into x is 2x square. Meter into meter is meter square. So the area of this rectangular groove, mango groove, is 2x square meter square. Now since, okay, we can write here in a simple way, as per question. As per question. So as per question, the area of this rectangular mango groove is 800 meter square is given. Look into your question. Is it possible to design a rectangular mango groove whose length is twice its breadth and the area is 800 meters square? You can see, right? Area is 800, so I wrote just as it is in the question. That gives you, in other words, area here. This one can be replacing area 2x square meter square is equal to 800 meters square. Same thing here. Area, this one will replace the area here. A meter square left and right can cancel, because if you shift meter square, this one into will go down and cancel this numerator meter square. So we have now a situation where we have 2x square is equal to 800. So that gives you here 2x square equal to 800. If you just write x square, because we can cancel this, 800 into means 2 will come down. 2 4s are 8, 0, 0. So we have here x square, and if you shift this to left side, then no sign is plus 400 become minus 400 equal to nothing left on right side, so 0. But our quadratic equation is normally in the form of, don't write this, ax square plus bx plus c. X square is there, but x term is missing. But we can create it ourselves, right? So x square for this x vector, since it's not given, you can just write plus 0 into x. 0 into anything is 0, so plus 0, I'm writing, minus this one. So improvising it, then we can get your x factor also, in a sense, because it's 0, so the moment you multiply, this will disappear, which was not there, so that's correct. That way we have our x squared term, so the coefficient of x squared, which is no number, means plus 1. B is the coefficient of x, which is 0, and c is the third term, which is minus 400. Okay, so look into your first part of the question. First of all, is it possible to design such a rectangular mango groove? The answer is this one, using this discriminant. Therefore, d is equal to b square minus 4ac. Finding the value of this one will tell us whether it's possible or not. So b is here 0, so 0 square minus 4 into a, as you can see, 1 into c is minus 400. So this is 0 square is 0, so we'll just leave it, then minus, and the minus plus. 4 1s are 4, 4 4s are 1600. So this one, minus and the minus, this is vanished. D is 1600, which is greater than 0. And therefore, if it is greater than 0, as you can see, it has two real and distinct roots. When d or b square minus 4ac is, okay, before that you can write in a more precise manner. So you write like this. Since just now we found out d equal to b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, therefore plus 1600 is greater than 0. So if it is greater than 0, go back and find out which is this. Greater than 0 is this one. It has 2, this one we have to write. So therefore, it has 2 real and distinct roots. 2 real and distinct roots. So if it has real roots, especially this one, real roots, definitely we can make such a mangrove groove. If you come out, it has, the roots are not real, then we cannot make such a mangrove groove. But since the roots are real, we can actually make. So if it has real roots, then we can find the value of x by using quadratic formula, especially quadratic formula or any method rather. But then this is easier to follow now, I think, using quadratic formula. Quadratic formula we know is by memory, minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Then here, as we go on solving, you're going to get here long line minus for the formula and b, go back and check. I wrapped out the equation, but the equation was this one, I think. Let me wrap up this part. The equation that we got there, you don't need to write, was x square plus 0 into x minus, I think if I'm not wrong, minus 400 equal to 0, I think. And then a is 1, b is therefore 0, and c is therefore minus 400. This was what we wrote earlier. Check your notebook, isn't it? So minus b, so this is 0, so minus 0. Plus minus root over. Now we don't have to calculate again because b square minus 4ac value we have already found out here. B square minus 4ac we calculated and found out to be exactly equal to 1600. So just put 1600 divided by 2 into a. A was on your previous part where you have written check 1, right? So that would be equal to, now we can wrap out this one also, I think. So minus 0, you can just cancel it because minus 0 is nothing, even minus will disappear. So you write here plus minus, now root 16, forget about this 2 0. 4 4s are 16, so 4 will come out, and this double 0 means 100. 10 into 10 will come out, so single 10. What I mean is this, see here, 40 into 40, 4 4, 10 10, see, is 1600, so 40 single will come out, divided by 2, so that will be 2 2s are 4 0, so the first answer is plus 20, second is plus 20 minus 20, x value. So we could find it because it has real roots. So the real roots means the groove is possible to design. So, oh, I forgot to mention that. So you write there, when you got here b square, it has 2 real roots. That is, just wait, you just keep this one and go back here. I've written here, find out the area where, therefore, it has 2 real, don't write this, okay, real and, you have already written, and distinct roots, like this I've written now, you write down. So since it has real and distinct roots, below that make a space and write down, because it has real roots, therefore it is possible, first part of the answer is possible to design such a rectangular mango groove. Possible to design such a rectangular mango groove. I mean, I forgot to mention this, so you will go and write, find out this where you've written already, make a space and then write this one, answering the first part of the question. Is it possible to design? Yes, it is possible to design such a rectangular mango groove, or you can just write in short also if you don't have space, such a groove, that's enough. And then after you've written, this is nothing new, just after this make space, write it. Now we are here, come back here. So now let us answer this. I'm going to wrap out, okay, I am presuming you have written. So you write here after this, since measure of side of a rectangle can never be or cannot be negative. The length of this rectangular groove is minus 20, not possible. Negative length is not there in practical terms, right? So cannot be negative. We reject, because of this reason, we reject x equal to minus 20, and get means we accept x equal to plus 20. So this is our answer. So we have to find the second part of this, find its length and breadth. Therefore, you write down, finally, after writing this, length is equal to, let's go back to beginning. Length is this one, 2x meter. So you write 2 into x, except that is plus 20, and this meter you write, so the length is 40 meter. Okay, then next, the breadth. So write down, and breadth, or whatever you like, and its breadth is, go back here, x meter is the breadth. So go back to the beginning, x meter. So x is just now accepted 20. So the breadth is 20 meter, length is 40 meters. That's our answer. I hope you got it right. Okay.